the priority of being a dad and being present. What's up, people?
Yo, what up,
How's it going? Welcome back, Rise Today.
Let's go.
Episode 7.
Yo.
Damn, 7, man.
Episode
Let's go.
7, Mo. So
Can't believe it, man. Consistency is key.
Straight up.
Yo. Shout out to all you followers out there, man. Love you guys, man.
Shout out to you.
Yo,
Shout out
you
to
guys
your
are
followers,
helping
man.
us push, man.
Bro, you guys are persistent.
Push.
You guys are consistent.
I love it. I love all the likes, all the shares, the comments.
Hard.
You guys are crazy, man.
Yo.
I love you. Now, welcome back. Episode 7. Let's get straight into it also.
Yo, let's get into it, Mo.
Yo, so what are we talking about today, my brother?
I have no idea, Mo.
I think we need to reintroduce those pads, man.
Yo, hard, eh?
Yo, any sponsors out there that want to give us some pads to ride on, man?
The funny thing is we ride on the pads, then we don't follow it. And then when we don't have the pads, we don't know what we're going to start with.
I think the pads give us the safety net.
Yo, hard.
Yo, like, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, here, go off this.
Yeah, true that.
No, well, we might as well start with. So, also, what's your rise of the week, man?
Damn, that's a good question.
Rise of the week.
Yo,
I think we should create like some sort of theme song for what's your rise of the week? Oh, mate, it sounds like McDonald's.
I'm Rise the week.
On the special fries of the week.
Honestly, also my rise of the week this week has probably been being consistent with my own content on one of our pillars. Being consistent in the studio, being consistent with our artists, and being able to release a song by one of our artists, Kid J.
Shout out, my man. Shout out to the man.
Shout out, Kid J, man.
Kid J, man.
Hustling hard, man. Hustling hard. I love that. Yo, what
everyone,
about you?
There's the plugin, mate.
Yo.
Have a look at it. Stage Up Kundo Studios.
Yo.
Look out for your boy Kid J.
Hard.
Eshay. Mate, I thank you for letting me listen to what you guys were cooking last night.
Exclusive.
Man, that was fire, man.
Yeah.
Wait, watch out for it. It's coming out, man.
Yeah, man.
And his latest song, Paid For. Eh?
Yo, Paid For.
So, shout out to you also, and I'm pretty sure there's a couple of our other artists next week.
Yeah.
Listen out, man. Listen out. Big things happening.
There's a lot of music coming out, guys. So, yeah, make sure that you check out all the music. And let's push out also, too, to get in the studio, because he's got a lot of gems as well that he hasn't shared with you guys yet. So,
I might like... Well, I think, we might as well do it next week.
Yo,
next week.
Anytime.
I've got a song release coming down.
Anytime, man. So, Sosa's got a song that's coming out in the next few hours.
Why not?
Yo.
You guys are actually motivating, you know? Especially seeing the artists come in, put in the work.
Hard.
Motivating each other, man. Inspiring.
Hard out.
Inspiring me to come back and jump in and cook something in the studio, man.
Yo.
Nah, shout out to you guys, man.
Yo, what about you? So what was your rise of the week?
Rise of the week this week. I guess my rise of the week for me this week was taking in constructive criticism. That was my rise of the week from my one and only coach, the love of my life. I had a really tough week this week, to be honest. I feel like I've been having a lot of tough weeks. I know a lot of you can relate to this, man.
I feel like ever since we got this started, bro, there's been some tough weeks.
It's like all those things are exposing me, man. But no, straight up, man, I had a real tough week. I think especially the last podcast that we've had and the discussions that we've had really relates to what's been going on with me, you know? And it's been helpful because I've been able to tap back into those podcasts again, listen to what we talked about and realize, bro, like, even though we don't know if what we're saying is right. It really relates to what I'm going through right now, man. So like, if you guys ever feel like you're in the trenches, if you ever feel like you need something to listen to just to, help you refresh, or see somebody that relates, listen to the last podcast that we've put up, man.
100%.
Honestly, the alignment, the pressures, like all those things. Like I think the one I listened to last week was the pressure one. Oh well, this week was the pressure one, and like I didn't listen to the whole thing. I just listened to like maybe 15 minutes of it, and I was like, reset. But yeah, so my rise of the week was being able to take in the the constructive criticism with from my wife. She just pretty much helped me align, because I like, as you guys know, we're trying to build something here that has no like blueprint on it. And yes, if you're a coach out there and you see what we're trying to do, please reach out. Help us out, man. Help us out. But we're trying to create, like, we don't have a blueprint. And my wife just really settled me in and said, hey, like, she sent me out and she was like, so tell me exactly what you're doing, Tell me what it is. What's your vision? What's your mission? What are you looking to get out of it? Who are you looking to help? Who are you reaching for? Then I sat there. I think we were talking for about 2-3 hours. Just digging deep into my brain, man. And a lot of it hurt, And I guess that's the thing with your partners or your best friends and stuff. Like, it hurts, man. It hurts.
It does.
And you tell them it hurts, but they still, a little bit more. Because they know how much they know how much conditioning.
They see your potential as well. Like, even when we don't see it, they see it.
They just, she was just twisting it a little bit, But no, that was my rise of the week. She helped me realize, like, hang on, I'm slowly being distracted and being, my vision was getting clouded of exactly what I was trying to, like, my intentions and my purpose that I'm trying to carry out. And then also making me realize that, like, I've got all these good intentions on these potential avenues, but I'm not putting enough energy in each of them. I'm spreading myself out. Like, I'm lying on the table and trying to reach for everything. But it's like I was pulling myself thin, and there was no impact moves. And that comes down to, like, me realizing I actually, maybe I am an impact player. Or how can I be that impact player? Like, it's like, yes, I want to be the captain. Yes, I want to be the winger. Yes, I want to be the fullback. Yes, I want to score all the tries. But the true question is, what sort of impact do I want to bring? I can't be all those things. And that's like, she helped me realize, biggest thing is creating the team, realizing that I can't do everything, making me realize that, like, my responsibilities, like, I need to prioritize my responsibilities. And the biggest one she made me, like, I already knew, like, that's one of my top things, my prioritization is being a dad. And just re-emphasizing, like, the priority of being a dad and being present, like that, and then also, like, being a co-founder of Rise Today, like, like, bringing in the energy, trying to, capitalize on a lot of things. But the biggest challenge that I've had is time. And then, that constructive criticism moment that I had with her was really helpful, really built me, really helped me realign with what we're trying to do here, what I'm trying to do, the people that I'm trying to reach out to, man. These tough conversations really help a lot of people out. Not just myself, and me being honest about it. Like, there was parts of me I was like, I don't want to tell you guys about this stuff, man, because how will you guys think of me? Here we are trying to push out motivation, trying to push out inspiration, trying to help you say, this is the way to do it. But, like, look at this guy, he's failing, man. Like, but at the same time, I'm like, man, honesty is the key. Honesty should be the number one policy. And then up to you guys, what you guys think. At the end of the day, I know where I am at. I know where I need to go. You guys can see what's happening with me. And like, I just, that's probably the rise of the week for me. Also.
That's a sicky rise of the week also.
Oh, so it was a tough rise of the week, man.
It would
tough
be,
rise
man.
of the week.
It would be, man. I mean, like, I just wanted to really really emphasize as well that, the importance of being able to have, a partner in crime, being able to have someone who's always there, and sees the good intentions and also sees the good in you, even when we don't see it,
No.
And the thing that I love about both of our wives, for those who don't know, our wives are actually cousins. So they're actually quite similar in the way that they're
Pretty dangerous.
yeah, they're pretty blunt with us, and they'll tell us if we're not doing right things and stuff like
and
that.
their cousins out there, you just know what I'm talking about. Come on.
But
Help us out, man.
Yeah.
Remember all those times we did those things for you, now?
No, but the best thing about it is that it comes from the right place. And as much as it's a hard pill for us to swallow, it's also a real important one for us to swallow as well. Like, yeah, man, that's just what I wanted to add to that little rise of the week that you had, Mo. So.
Oh, and that's the thing. Like the rise of the week doesn't have to be the best thing that's happened. Doesn't have to be the happiest moments that happened in your life. Like that rise for the week was character building for me. You know? The realization of, hey, like maybe have a look at it a different way.
Yeah, 100%, man.
My rise of the week, people. Like, what would be cool if you guys could comment, like, what sort of rise of the week that you guys have had, man.
Yo, that'll be sicky.
Doesn't have to be like a full novel. But
Yo. If you do want to send a full novel, just send a DM. Honestly, send a DM if you want us to know the full story.
Guy, man. Send it to this guy.
I'll read through the whole thing. Don't worry.
This guy will write a song, man.
Yeah, man. But I mean, it goes to it really aligns as well with what we're wanting to share today, and talking about the cost of growth, Mo. So
I like that topic. That topic.
Yeah, the cost of growth, and
I like that.
honestly, it's a hard topic to talk about, and it's something that everyone goes through, and not only those who are trying to start something, but just in life in general. Like to grow, it really does cost a lot.
It does. Like, and this is a good question, not just for you, for us also. This is a good question for you guys out there. Like, do you actually think that this is going to work? Like, when you go to attempt to start something new, when you attempt to try something, when you attempt to go forth with a task, like, do you actually think that it's going to work, or are we just hoping it does? And that's like, I guess, like a risk analysis there.
Well, what would you say to someone who like isn't sure if it is going to work, but they know that they will be happier if they do it? Like, what do you say to people like that? Because that's one thing, is not only being able to know if it's going to work or not, and some people too are hoping that it is going to work, but the reason behind the hope is because they love that and they want to live like that. You know what I mean? It's a good point to bring across. What are your thoughts on that, Mosul?
Man, that's actually a good question, man. I'm actually gone for words here, mate. What do you tell somebody? Like, I guess, I always say I guess. Because I guess my point of view is, my brain's just like, got all these ideas, all these emotions.
Too. You always hear me say and
this guy's just hungry. What do you say to people, man? What do you say to people? Like, to be honest, I just say, like, you will never find out unless you give it a go. You'll never find out unless you try. You'll never find out, like that. To be honest, like, for me, it's that question that pops in my head, is like, what if? I want to get rid of the what ifs, man.
100%.
And just like be able to be like, I tried it, it didn't work. I know now I can carry on, instead of carrying on with what you're doing and then being like, man, I wonder what will happen if I actually gave that a go. I wonder what happens if I actually put my hand up. I wonder if I actually, ask the question. You walk away from it. And the thing that sucks, bro, is that sticks with you.
It does,
and it doesn't just stick with you 24 hours. Like, for me, there's questions that, I've had for a long time that, I still hold, like, for 10 years. Like, some moments I'll sit back and I'm like, why is that still in my head? And that's because that there was a missed opportunity. And for people out there trying to grow, like, just take it, man. Just
Yeah.
ask for it.
Yeah.
It's there. It's there.
That's so true, man.
Oh, man.
That's so true. Because, like, the reason why I say that also is because sometimes, not sometimes, but every single time that you want to start something, and I know this is what you guys go through at home, is every time that you're wanting to actually start something, you have to have some sense of hope. And you have to have some sense of, like, that's the life that I want.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
And so it's like, but the thing is a great point that the also brings out is that you don't know unless you actually try.
I know. And then to dive in deeper with that question, like, say, like what I was saying, like, just give it a go. But, like, is chasing that or giving that a go being selfish?
That's a good question.
Is that being
also.
selfish or is it even necessary compared to, like, you know, all of us are in different seasons in our lives, different relationships. Like is it being selfish if, you know, you have an idea or a dream that you have and you're holding and you want to start it? Is it being selfish to put all your energy towards it, you know, and then, like, unintentionally, like, you know, neglecting other relationships, other responsibilities, you know? Is it selfish, or?
I'll be honest, it depends on what drives that dream. Because here's the thing, is like, people, like, can have a selfish reason behind why they want to start something.
Yeah.
And this is the real answer. Yes, it is a little bit selfish. And the reason behind it is because it's your dream. It's not someone else's dream. It's your dream, right? But if the reason behind that dream is for you to get wealthy, for you to be on top of the world, and for you, all you hear is you. And that's when it becomes selfish. Yeah. But if you're actually doing it with a drive behind, I need to do this because I know that this way is going to make blah, blah, blah for who, yeah? Then honestly, that's a different, it's not selfish. It's actually thinking about the future. Yeah? And it's actually thinking about, you know, what's going to help you, you know, help you leave the current state that you're in, which is, like, I always think to myself also, I always think, like, if I didn't do any of the stuff that I do, would I be happier? And the truth is also, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And the honestly, the reason why I feel that way is because, and I know that you'll kind of feel this way as well, is that we're both super self-driven.
Yeah.
And we are also not selfish, like, in everything that we do.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Like, we are not selfish at all.
And us being selfish is being unselfish.
Yo, that's honestly, even when we're trying to do something for ourselves, it's for another person, you know? So, like, yeah, for people like us also, it's like really, it's really difficult for us to be able to stay in that balance, especially because we have families that we have to try to provide for. But it's also understanding that, like, there is a positive repercussion, or there is a positive outcome from chasing your dreams. And the truth is, we, like if I go back to what we talked about in our previous podcasts, where we talked about security and stuff like that, this is that fear and that cycle that we are trying to get ourselves out of. And when we don't take those steps and we don't, you know, do all of that stuff, that's us continuing back into the cycle that we were trying to get away from.
Trying to break cycles here, man.
So, like, that's the thing, is, like, sometimes, you know, going back to another thing that also said is, do we give up too early or do we fail too much? And it's understanding that, like, you know,
this just seems like a Da Vinci Code here, man.
No,
It's
because
like you find answers in the questions.
It's because it's all I listen to now. Honestly, I listen to our podcast all the time now because it motivates me to help me keep going. Man.
So you're answering a question with a question?
Don't worry, Mosa. I'm answering your question with what we've said.
100%. And just to dial those codes a little bit more into the question of being selfish.
Equals pi.
Pi 1 2 1 2 1 2
1 + 1 11.
Whoa. Got a mathematician in here, mate. Nah, like to dial that code a little bit more in that Da Vinci Code of this question of being selfish,
Yeah.
you know, is do you like in us doing this, you know, giving it all that we have,
Yeah.
like, do we have a backup plan or are we all in on this? Like, for example, you guys know what I mean, like jumping into a skill, like what Dave was just summarizing there, you know, of like us being selfish, but at the same time we're like unselfish and, you know, working towards like doing things that we can see will help others grow and ourselves grow. Like, because we're doing this also, like, do you, like, this is a question to you, like, do you have a black, do you have a backup plan or are you going all in? And all the things that we're doing here?
That's a good question, Marcel. And the truth is, my backup plan is what I'm living.
Yo.
And so no matter what happens, and this is the truth, no matter what happens, you're going to live the 9-to-5 life. So it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
But it's also the life that I don't want to live. You know? And so my backup plan is my life that I'm living. Yeah. So the way that I look at it is, if I pursue all of this stuff, which for me personally is producing for Kondo Studios, doing all of the stuff for Kondo Studios, everything with Rise Today, always making sure that I'm on top of everything with Rise Today. If all of that fails, for me, it's just my life that I'm currently living. You know, and so I guess in a way,
so
if
you've really set your standard of the 9-to-5 is the standard, but everything else we're working
pretty much. So if you really put it in a real way, also is all of my cards are on the table. I ain't
you
setting
got no
up
special move.
Nah,
you
man.
got no secret hand that no one can
man.
see.
Like I ain't. I don't have a backup plan to this. And I also don't have a blueprint to this because no one else did it before me.
Yeah, well, exactly,
you know?
exactly.
So
I love that. You know, that brings up, I don't know, my creative mind's going around. And I have some, like an analogy or like a picture of
nice.
what you just brought up about.
You want me to act it or?
Please. This also here pretty much said he has all his cards on the table, right? And I'm the same. We all live the same. We've got all our cards on the table. And we can't change what's on those cards, right? And they're on face down. Nobody else knows what cards we have, right? And this like, you know me, I'm a big poker player. Like,
I hate playing with them, bro. I hate playing.
It's been a while since I jammed some poker, but like, like it reminds me of that situation you're in. Like, you could have the worst hands. You know, and it comes down to how do you play those hands? You know, you either get a good flop, get a good turn in the river, you know, and then line it up and you've got like consecutives, or you might have trips or whatever it is you have, but you never know what the guy has next to you, right? So think of life as your hand of cards, like the also just brought up. And then it comes down to how you play your cards.
100%.
And nobody else knows what cards you have unless you reveal what you have, right?
100%.
So in saying that, that's like, I think about it like our lives, you know, our lives and our bodies and what we do is our own canvas. And we paint what we want on those canvases, you know, and then you got other people out there that, you know, think certain ways about us. They may judge us. They might talk trash about us. The spies out there, you know, but they'll never know what cards we have unless we reveal them, right? But the beauty about poker, even when you're down with the worst card, 7 deuce, you can bluff your way out of it.
Okay.
And there's the beauty. And there's the analogy that I thought when you brought that up was like, it doesn't matter whatever cards you have. Those are the cards you're dealt. Work with what you have and bluff it out. You know, like fake it till you make it. Practice makes perfect. You know, nobody knows what you have unless you reveal it. And like, you know, I think the biggest thing there with like, especially us trying to build this is like being careful about how or who we talk to about us trying to grow. And like going with this, like, you know, this big topic that we're talking about is a real deep topic, and
Yeah.
honestly, it feels like I feel like Leonardo DiCaprio trying to solve this thing. But it was just like, I love that analogy for the cards on the table, man.
Yeah.
I think I want to get like a tattoo on me with cards on the table.
That's
Steven
sick.
Deuce, mate.
I also just want to add to the analogy that those was painted for you.
Sorry, off track. I know I went off track.
No,
man.
but the thing that I want to say also is that, you know, those cards that we've been dealt with, that's the life that we live. Yo. And you, just like the also said, I'm just laying this out. What he said exactly is that the cards that you get, that's the life that you live. But it depends on how you also play your cards.
Exactly.
And but the thing that I want to also say there also is that, you know, I just want to add my own little analogy to that one too. Is I wanna be able to bring out a rhetorical question: is how do the best teams in the world in sports, how do they lose when they have the best players, when they have the best gear, they have all of this thing? Yeah, how do they lose? And you think about it, some of the worst teams end up being the winners of those tournaments. They end up being the best and all of that stuff, you know. And so, just like that, you may not have the best players on your team. You may not be the best player yourself, you know. But it's also how the coach coaches and how every single day they're building a bond. Every single day they're creating new plays, and every single day they're studying how to make it past that team
with what they have.
With what they have.
Yo, that's so true. You all constantly see it. You know, sports out there. This underdog team all of a sudden comes around and knocks off, you know, the top tier teams. And you're like, how is that possible?
Yeah.
You know, we think it's a miracle, but no.
Yeah.
Those teams that, you know, they create what they have. And all those big teams out there, they would have started from there as well.
Exactly.
You know, working with the cards that they're dealt.
Exactly.
You know, and like sometimes you have to fold when things get tricky. And when I say fold, I don't mean give up. What I mean is maybe you realign yourself and say, I gave that a go. It's time for me to, like, I know that I can't win that hand, and I know there's no other possibilities, and that didn't really work out for me. Let's go to the next hand. You know, saving yourself for another day.
It also goes the opposite way as well. Whereas there are some people who are more fortunate and they have a better hand, and they've been given a better hand, but they don't know how to play their cards right. You know what I mean?
Man, so many times. So many times.
So it really is the way that you play.
That's so true. That's so true.
And there's times when you can sit there with the hand that you have and just like flop and don't care anymore, and you know what I mean, like fold your cards straight away.
Get too confident sometimes, you know.
And sometimes you just like see it, you just don't want it anymore, you just fold it. And so in life, it's not about, you know, seeing what you've been dealt and seeing the type of life that you've received from our Father in heaven, and being like, this is the life that I was dealt. I'm done. You know, I just want to, you know what I mean? I can't get any better. There's no, I don't know any better. You know what I mean? But I mean, if I look at it and I put it that way, like with the things that we're doing, right, is we weren't dealt the best hand, man. You know, we don't live the best lives, you know.
And we didn't get to cut the deck.
But we're willing to actually go through it. And we're willing to play the cards the best way that we can with the hand that we've been dealt. You know what I mean?
And a lot of you star poker players out there know that you don't play every hand. You know which battles. And that's like everything in life. Like, it might feel like you have to be in every single fight. It might feel like you have to be, you know, the champion in every single round. Nah, you don't have to be. And I guess, like, you choose your battles wisely. And then also that comes to, like, when I say wisely, it'd be like giving things a go, you know, and failing, then taking that fail and, you know, being able to get back up and go again, you know. Man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. But
look at this analogy.
You know, bringing all that analogy in together. Like, would you still do this if you knew it might not pay off though?
Nah. I'll be honest as well. I'll be honest. If like I knew that, and I didn't believe in what we're doing.
That's
I would not have done
that's
this.
what I knew this guy was gonna think like that.
And that's the
I
hand.
knew it.
That's
I
the
knew
hand
it.
that we've been dealt.
Belief is the biggest.
Just like the also said as well, was like you don't play every hand. And let me elaborate a little bit on what he said. Is opportunities will arise, and at times you'll be able to receive like something that you think is this great idea. But if you truly don't believe in it, and you truly don't believe that it is actually going to get you far, and you're just doing it for fun, and that's the cost of your life that you're just going to chuck in there, don't play the hand.
No, exactly. Or you're just like you you're gonna lose.
Yo,
and you give up on yourself, and you're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do that anyway. Like and there's no purpose behind it.
yo,
Yo,
100%.
Like I knew you were gonna say something like that. Like belief is the biggest thing.
Yo,
belief. Like, and yeah, like you're right. Like I wouldn't go into it if I knew it wasn't gonna pay off. But there's the difference of like looking at the probability of it working out or believing it's gonna work out.
Yo,
And for me, the biggest drive there is the belief. The belief. If you really believe in something so bad, you give up. You'll move the world for it.
Yo,
and that's what I
100%. I mean, that's the whole thing about having a dream that you really believe in. You'll really chase that dream. No matter what comes your way, you're always going to try and make that dream a reality. But if I put it my way, if I put it in my own personal life, is I had a dream to always be in music. And I've always believed that I'm okay at music, but I always believed in myself. And then this is something that I said in my interview with Good J, which will be out there soon. Actually, it'll be out there before you even watch this one. But in my interview with him, I mentioned that I had to come to an understanding myself that one, I will never be the best producer out there. Two, I will never be the best artist out there. Three, I will never be the best. But the important part to me was that I was still able to live my dream. And I don't have to be the best at what I do. And so being able to see a little bit of coin come through the music and stuff like that, it's also helped me drive, my motivation to keep going and really push forward. And that coin has multiplied a lot since the day that I started. And yeah, it just keeps growing from there. Like we talked about in our other podcast also, is being able to see that little bit of water after we dig that hole, and it just means that water hole. You'll know. You'll know. That's from the other podcast.
Digging people's holes, mate.
But yeah, after we dig after we dig the hole in the ground, then you'll see that little bit of water, and you know that there's like a whole bunch of water further down. Just got to dig in there, man. Just got to dig deep.
And then going into that, like the whole, the cost of growth, there's an aspect in there that really aligns with a lot of the things that I feel sometimes. And it falls into the other things other topics we talked about in our previous podcast. But it's like the silent pressures in there also. Like of the doubts, the silent doubts in there where you're trying to attempt to do something that you've never done before or you're unsure to do. You guys know what I mean, that silent voice in your head that's like, hey, do you feel like time is against you right now? Or like, do you feel like that's even gonna work? Like, do you feel guilty? Do you feel guilty that you're the only one that wants to do this and everyone around you thinks that you're wasting your time?
100%, man.
Like that topic there, the silent pressure in terms of, the cost of growth. Like I feel like those two connect really well together. They're real powerful. And like trying to figure out where it all actually comes from, But like, here's a question for you also, talking about silent pressures. Do you ever feel guilty when you rest, when you're resting? Like in terms of, you're just saying how you're working on the music, you're working on Rise today, you're trying to make sure all these things are in place, but then you need a rest. Your body's just like bro, your mind's like, hey man, there's no more words that can come into here. We need to stop production right now. And we just need to rest right now.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel guilty like resting also?
I'll be honest also, that's a really good question. You know, look at this guy and his questions here. But honestly, it's a really good question because I go through this daily. And I'll give you an example. Is I live with a couple of our artists, and all of our artists inside of Kundu Studios, they all kind of live near. Oh, not all of them, but most of them live near. And when an artist wants to get into the studio and I am feeling shot, I have no energy, and I know that I don't have that energy, I will be honest with them and just tell them, sorry, you know, I'm not feeling it today. I'm really feeling tired. But it's only because I'm tired.
Yeah.
If I don't feel right because I'm feeling depressed or I'm feeling whatever, I don't care. I'm in that studio. Because there's a physical strength that you need. And that's the strength that I'm talking about, where I do need to rest at times. And so the guilt comes from, the build-up of me having to tell the artist that, oh man, I'm tired. That's where my feeling of guilt comes from. But when I'm honestly in my bed, I ain't thinking about nothing. I'm just enjoying myself, like my rest, my rest that I need, you know? And so like, that's the way that I put it in my life. But when it comes to like other things other than like in the studio, let's say like just in life in general. So, do I feel guilty when I say that I actually do need to rest? That's the importance to me of communication and being able to speak with, like, for me, it's my wife, and being able to help her understand that I'm tired because of XXXX, whatever. But I also need to be able to be a lending ear as to what is it that my wife needs for me to finish. And I set my time as well. If I'm able to set my time for my artists and all of the stuff inside of the studio, then I can also set time to do my personal responsibilities at home.
I like that. I like that.
What about you, so why don't I spin that question back around to you? And tell me, so do you feel guilty when you feel like you need to rest?
To be straight up also, I honestly do feel guilty when I rest. And like it ties in with also what you brought up with your household, you know. Like I have you know, my brothers that live with me, and we all work together and stuff, you know, like, and I've been working on this vision of ours, you know, the dream, and like I have like you guys heard on the last podcast, you know, like I get burnt out and stuff. You know, I'm human, man.
Yo, 100%.
Yo, but like I really want it, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm also like, I know a lot of you are saying, bro, you need to think about your health. You need to think about. I am taking that into account as well. But like while I'm not chasing it, while I'm building this, you know, while I'm learning and creating this, like my mental responsibility, the mental strain is still there. So like I get tired. I feel like sometimes life stops because it feels real dysfunctional. Like I'm not, like this is not really wanting to glue in with this. Or this idea just like you work so hard on this and then it's like, mate, it just doesn't relate to what we're doing here. You know, and then having the mental side of, you know, the responsibility on the side, you know, of other relationships, other responsibilities. You know, so like when I do tend to crash out, when I do tend to rest, and then I get back, and then I, you know, come to again, and like I feel so guilty because I feel like if I wasn't the one, you know, making sure that I get everyone up, if I wasn't the one to make sure that, you know, we fill up the gas, if I'm not the one that's making sure that we've got food in the cupboards, like everything doesn't move. And that's where my guilt comes in. It's like, but at the same time, that's where I'm like, bro, maybe like that's where my true belief in having the team there, you know, and then making me realize as well this week, like I want to be an impact player. I don't want to be like, yes, I want to be the utility guy because you always need a utility guy, but I want to be that impact player on this is what I'm good at. Like, I want to make sure that whatever task or whatever it is that I'm doing right here, I give 120%. And yes, I can do all those other things along the way, but I know that one impact will, will give the tempo on the next person, will give the momentum for the next person to jump in, or the next step in life,
There's something that I want to add in there also, and it's this is the harsh reality that a lot of you guys need to get in your heads, and this is something that I will constantly say, is that this life isn't for everyone. And it's the truth, and sometimes you really have to sit there and think, is this life for me?
Oh, I like that.
And it's, if you know that you're not okay with being able to make those sacrifices, being able to, like Dawson's already shared a lot of things that he's been dealing with. I also share a lot of things that I deal with. And the truth is, if you're not willing to give up a lot of things or sacrifice a lot of things or be able to balance a lot of things in your life, like, don't take this life. Don't take this route. Because if it was easy, everyone will be doing it. And that's something that's always stuck in my head also, is that if it was easy, everyone will be doing it. If it was easy, I would have grown up seeing this way before we're doing it ourselves. There's a reason why our people don't have, like, we were on the back foot right from the beginning. It's because it isn't easy. And the resources and stuff is things that we have to work for. The time and stuff is the stuff that we have to work for. And I think that's just one thing that I would challenge everyone out there who wants to start their own thing and who wants to really, pursue their dreams, is take a seat, really think deep in yourself, inside of your head. Do you want to do this or not? Is this life really for you or not?
And when he refers to it, it's like it's creating that new change with being away from what your life is now. Your routine that you have now is jumping into what the lifestyle that me and this guy are trying to get to.
100%.
Is that worth the sacrifice that you guys are going to have to deal with your relationships, your family, your friends? Is that going to take up time of you chilling with your friends and playing games and stuff, And that brings down a good question for all you guys out there, and for the also over here as well. Like, do you ever feel like you're behind in life?
That's a good question. When you say behind on life also, what exactly do you mean?
Like this question really hits because, like, I know a lot of yous out there, you guys are not happy with the season in life that you're in. And then I feel like a lot of it is because you compare where you are now with somebody else's life. For example, it's a bit tricky, like, say I put it in a person my age, young 32s. Like, comparing where they are, like, for example, where I am, like, working a 9-to-5 job, getting a paycheck to paycheck, and then seeing something online with 18-year-old making millions of dollars in 1 month, and then, looking at myself like, fuck, am I behind in life? Yo.
That's a good question also. That's a really good question. The way that I would answer it also is no. That's my first one, is no. And I would say that we're actually ahead. And the reason why is because the only way that you can make a change for others after you is if you're in front. If you're making the change first. So there's a reason why we're struggling with these things, trying to make a change right now, because we're in front. And so there's people out there who have made millions, and look, there's actually like thousands and thousands of millionaires out there. You know what I mean? And so, because they're millionaires, it doesn't mean that, we're behind. It actually means that, we're on the right path to be able to join them as well in the future.
And I love that, and I'll back that, especially to all you viewers out there. Like, do you ever feel like you guys are behind in life? And that's a question you should ask yourself. Take it in real deep, and then realize that, no, you're not behind in life because you're the only one that owns your life.
Yeah.
You're the only one that is yourself. You're like there's only one you in the world, and your journey and your pathway is totally different to whatever
100%.
you see on socials, or totally different to your friends that you hang out with.
100%.
And your life is the only life you can control.
Yo.
And your beliefs, like, yes, a lot of it pays to what environment you're in, or what you watch, or what you listen to. But remember, like, you're only 3 steps away of changing your life.
Yo.
The
other thing I want to add on there, so the other thing I want to add on there is that don't measure your life on materialistic things. And I'll put it this way: my wife and I, we're fortunate enough to have our own home. Yeah, we've bought our house and that kind of stuff, and now we have a studio. Now we're doing all of this stuff as well. Yeah, in life. That doesn't make me any way or in shape or form ahead of someone else, because we're struggling with debt, if not more than other people, because we have a house. We're struggling with more bills than other people who are renting do. We're struggling with trying to feed mouths within our house. So on top of all the responsibilities that someone else has, we have a lot more as well. So don't think that you're behind just because you don't own a house or that kind of stuff, like materialistic things. You don't have the flashiest car. You don't have the latest outfit, all of that stuff. Don't think that you're behind because of that.
I love that. And that really brings us into the third section of the whole cost of growth. Was like the doubt when no one sees it, and like they also said, like, him and his beautiful wife are like, they've bought a home, they've created the space for the studio, at the same time they're like, putting food on organizing food on the table, and they're making sure everything's functional while in a lot of debt. And then we've got other people, like, for example, like myself, where I don't own a property just as of yet, but then I've got like a rent that's quite high as well, and then I've got multiple cars that are that in the house, and then school bills. We've got all those things racked up, and yes, I'm in debt as well, like but at the same time, we're not behind in life, because the Uso's life is different to the life that I'm in, but what we're trying to do is align it. So we're living our independent lives, we're chasing our own dreams, we're going on our own path, we're running parallel, so we can both reach the end.
100%.
Not saying that I need to follow this guy's exact footsteps.
100%.
It's like, nah, his story is his story,
100%.
my story is my story, and your story is your story. And I love that, because that brings it down to that third section, the doubt when no one sees it, and what you don't say out loud about the journey. And this is the journey, man. This is the journey. You guys know what we're talking about, and it's so tough when, like, the doubt lingers in the mind. So tough when you look at people's personas and look at people's body language and feel the vibe. Like, you can just, like, it's the doubt that takes it. And it's tough because we're real hard critics on ourselves.
And I don't blame everyone for feeling that way. Because like, you look at socials nowadays, like, just then we both said that there's debt and stuff in our lives at the moment, whereas we could be like, bro, this is the life, the best life that we're living.
Send us some money, man. Follow us and we got this.
I could grab like a whole bunch of money that's in my account and go like this and be like, I have all the money in the world. But the truth is that those people who are also flexing on their latest cars and flexing on their latest houses, they're in debt. And so
they got struggles.
And so you have to really think about it. It's like, what do you value the most in life? Do you value materialistic things? Well, great. That's you. But if you value generational wealth, if you value what comes behind you, if you value those who are around you, once again, we're not selfish people, so that's all we always think about, but when you really do value those things, you end up in the right place, and you end up with a clear motivation to be able to pursue what you love.
And to be honest, bro, like, you guys listening, just be yourself, man.
100%.
Like, it's so tiring. I see this constantly, like, when you're in a different environment, in front of different people.
100%.
And, like, I know you guys know who I'm talking about. You got friends like this, you know, like you're just chilling like this in your own space, and then as soon as you go to like, you know, like a high sense society where people are upright, all of a sudden you're like, yo, I'm too cool, man. Like, you know how tiring that is?
Bro, honestly, man, honestly.
I can say this because like at some stage in my life, I was like that. You know, where I felt like I had to be like the average Joe, like, you know, I had to bring that sort of, you know, that sort of attitude there, you know, and I'm like, bro, my belief is not that.
Bro, honestly, like,
that's not me.
Like I'll put it this way, and it seems like a kind of cultural thing as well. It's like, look at this way, when I'm in Sa, right, and I want to wear a lava to go to a pia, right, my cousins look at me who live in Sa, like, what the heck, why are you wearing a ear for? I don't follow, bro, I don't care, you know what I mean? Because for me, I don't care what everyone else thinks about me. That's the truth, yo. I'm this Samoan guy who grew up broke, who's fat as heck right now, who had the strongest body from when he was growing up, you know, and it was really talented. And I don't care. The truth is that I care more about people around me than myself. That's the truth also. And I want to see everyone else around me be able to grow as people and be able to grow within their homes as well, and so on and so forth, man. Like the thing is, and that's the truth and the harsh reality is that all of it does cost though. Whether it's energy, whether it's your time, whether it's your money, you know, it really does cost for you to be able to grow not only your own business, but also grow your own values yourself.
You know, that takes it deep. Like, I feel like I'm going a bit off topic with the story that I have, but just what you brought, I think the thing that triggered the mindset of the cost of growth and the subject of doubting was like when you brought up being back in Samoa. So for those that don't know, like this year, previous Christmas, me and my family went on one of the best holidays that we've ever been on back in the home islands, and so I went over there, and then Christmas time, I was most fortunate enough to accept a makai title. And while I was doing it, and you know, we were doing the mate, all these emotions coming back, you know, like I'm just like,
doing so funny at that time, yo.
So I was in there doing the so funny, and then going around, and the other was coming around, and then when you get the other, you say something, you say something, and for those that don't know, like I'm still learning the language. So when I grew up, like I could speak Samoan because of my granddad. You know, and you know, and my family and stuff, and then I transitioned over to go stay with my stepdad. You know, and then in the life where I wasn't hanging around with Samoans. I wasn't hanging around with islanders. I was out there with, shout out to all of you wogs out there. Like, you guys were my boys. You guys, a lot of the cultural stuff when I was growing up through my schooling was a different culture. Was the Arabic culture. Was a different religion as well. So my stepdad was Muslim and my mum was Catholic, you know. So I grew up with that, and then we obviously moved back to New Zealand, and then I had to relearn the Samoan culture, relearn the language. And why I bring up that moment was through me coming back to my family in NZ and coming back to our culture and the Samoan culture, and then me trying to relearn the language. Like, you're right, man. It's our own people that bring us down, you know?
100%.
Like, here I am trying my best, trying to relearn the language. And then we got people that can speak it fluently, they can be bilingual, speak both languages, that make fun of us, that we're trying. And then that made me think, like, there's a lot of us out there that have the broken mother tongue. But we're afraid to try and speak it because of the mockery that we get from 100%. The people that can speak it naturally.
100%.
So this draws back to in Samoa when I was doing the sofa, you know, about to say, you know, the ava manuia. The night before, a couple of hours before it, I actually dove into what is the actual meaning of the makai title. Like I was like, you know what, I'm already in this. I didn't want to do it, but I'm doing this for my family, my kids, and so I dove right into it, and I was like, all right, let's learn a bit about the mother culture, and I got real into it, and I realized, I was like, man, this is really big. This is actual, like, a big responsibility. This is an honor, and I started to understand it. I was like, all right, I don't want to go in there with one line.
Yep.
Like, I'm going to commit to this because I actually understand it, and I'm starting to believe in it, and I love the culture. So I had like a 2-3 hour prep before we went. It was like 5 a.m, went to do the sawhai, and then, when it came around to my turn, like, I only had a couple of hours to prepare, and I went blank because I was scared of the judgment.
Yep.
I was scared of the doubt in people. I had all these doubts, like, man, these guys they're coming from Australia, New Zealand.
Yeah.
They don't know what it is like here. They don't know the life here.
Yeah.
And I remember in that moment I froze.
Yep.
And then I had all this doubt from the village people. I could hear them. They're like, oh, just say this, just say that. And I was like, I remember it was maybe a couple of seconds, maybe 30 seconds. I just held the cup up and I was frozen.
Yep.
And I doubted myself so much. And the thing that got me through it was I was gazing around, and then I see my eldest daughter. She was looking at me recording.
Yeah.
And then she was like, you got this.
Yeah.
And then slowly, the words that I tried to prepare for the sawhai, it came out slowly. And then after it, like, I was like, I felt ashamed.
Yeah.
I felt embarrassed because I put myself vulnerable out there, and then, like, and what I was trying to say was, like, it was an honor. It's an honor to be married into the family and getting a high title from your people, like your village, But then what ended up happening was my intention, the love, the vulnerability came out, and it made me feel embarrassed, And it took me maybe half a day to get over it. Like, man, if you guys don't know, I'm at the stage where, like, I soak it all in.
Yeah.
We all feel those moments. Soak it all in, take it in. And then for me, I bounce back as fast as it takes me down. It took me a long time to get to this point, to be honest. There used to be a point in my life where it took me months. I'll carry this burden on me for months, And now it's at a point where I'm like, I'm wasting time doubting myself. Accept it and then go.
I love that.
And go.
Like, even though, like, this isn't an exact topic that we're going to talk
sorry,
about.
I just went off topic.
No. Even though we've got that, like, I really like that. And, like, thank you also for sharing that, because it takes a lot to actually share, your actual feelings behind that stuff.
I love our culture, man. I love our people.
That's it. The thing that I do want to add to that is I speak Samoan fluently, right? And I know a lot of Samoa and all of those kind of things within our culture. And this is the thing that I want to say, and I want to share this to everyone that's out there, is that you don't have to speak Samoan for you to be Samoan. And if the blood is in you, you're Samoan. And just because you don't speak the language doesn't make you any less of a Samoan, of someone, like, compared to someone that does speak the language. I know people who speak the language fluently, but when it comes to Angangu'u Samoa, they can't do nothing. I know people who can do, or who can't speak Samoan at all at home and do Angangu'u fluently. And then I know people who who speak Samoan fluently, who are always there trying to get involved in the Samoa stuff, but when they try to speak a word of English, they can't. And then there's also those who just move over from overseas, right? And then you speak Samoan to them, and they don't want to say a word of Samoan to you. They're speaking English to you. So this is the thing, right? And this is a saying that I always live by, right? It's a saying that's always stayed in my head for years, and it was given to me by what I hear around me and my family, and also my nana. E Lord kamiki Samoa, I langa ku, langa kaukala, langa savali. O nga me whai konguna inga. O I ngai loa i o oe o kama Samoa, po oe o se kengi Samoa. And so in English, what that means is, you know that you're Samoan through your words, through the things that you do at home, and the way that you walk, And so you're Samoan through the things and the good deeds that you do. It's not just because you can't speak Samoan that you're not Samoan and all of that kind of stuff. And for those of you who are shaming our other Samoans out there just because they can't speak Samoan, honestly, they're more Samoan than you if they're trying. That's the truth. Yeah, that's the truth.
Just stop, man.
Honestly,
Just
no,
stop.
that's the truth.
Just stop.
Because I have to correct this and those who are in my family, they know that within my family, I'm looked at as someone who leads within the family. And like, I want to be able to be able to be a help and a guide for those in my family and also all those around.
I love that.
You know,
love that.
to take that, if I was to pass away tomorrow, whatever, hold on to that you are Samoan through everything that you do. And whether it's Samoan, Tongan, whether it's Māori, whether it's whatever culture that you are, yeah. The language is only the language that you speak in, but there's more that help you. Yeah, there's more that show that you're part of that culture.
That's so true, man. The language is how we communicate.
Yeah.
Yo, nice. I love what you brought up, man. Fire, man.
Nah,
fire.
it's sick. Because that's why I said I love where we went there, yo.
And I totally agree with you on that. And this is going out to all you yous out there. You know what we're talking about, especially with your different cultures. It doesn't have to be like, the Samoan. It could be the Tongan. It could be you guys in a different country like Asia. Like you have your cultural standards that they go, the cultural norms. But like, why are you putting your own people down? Like, for example, like this generation now, like we've noticed that like the language is dying out slowly, especially in Australia, New Zealand. Like, and then like the thing that discourages a lot of youngins learning the culture is you guys judging them when they're trying. Like they don't live by this. They have a different lifestyle here. They don't do this every single day or every other day of the week or every weekend. Like encourage them, persuade them. Like, yes, I know there's some things that you have to be harsh on, but find a way where when you give them that advice, it doesn't discourage them into not wanting to do it again. And that's how I find that, like, you guys, that's something that you guys can give the youngins out there, is a bit of belief, a bit of lessons, without being too hard on them, where they're like, I never want to do this again. I don't like this. This makes me uncomfortable.
100%.
Like, this is a challenge for you guys out there, especially the ones that are in those, those communities that constantly do this, live this day by day. And when Whai Lavi Lavis come up, like encourage your brothers and sisters out there. Like yes, it might be funny moments, but don't make a mockery where they never want to do it again.
100%.
You guys, as little as you guys know, you guys will inspire each other. Like, be that inspiration. And well, before we move on to the next topics, or if we're diving in deeper, I do want to say that when I was going back to when I was in Samoa and feeling in those moments, and then me coming back around and accepting what happened, I just want to shout out to my wife's family over there, man. They came to me, and I felt embarrassed, and I was like, I came back and we're celebrating Christmas with Christmas lunch. They said, they were like, I'm really proud of you. Because, not only did that stuff happen, like, you just carried on. You just made sure that you went through with what you intended to do. You didn't just stop. And like, I want to shout out, there was honestly a handful of yous that were there, and they made, like, pick me up, and there was like, honestly, like, especially our people, help grow each other.
100%.
Why you gotta put them out for?
100%.
Is it because you're comparing and you don't? Is it the greed? Is it the pride? Like, you'd be surprised if we were to help each other, how far we could grow.
100%.
And how fast our communities will grow.
100%, man. And so I just wanted to tie it in as well to what we talked about as well. And it goes as just like we spoke with the culture, it also aligns with someone else who's wanting to start their own thing, wanting to really pursue their dreams, and all of that stuff, they're gonna get laughed at.
Yo.
And our encouragement is for you guys to understand out there is encourage them. Yeah. Like, you don't see many people like us trying their best to break the cycle.
Oh,
yeah.
You don't see many people going out here being vulnerable like this, man.
And if you help them break that cycle, you'll be remembered.
Exactly. Exactly, man. Yeah. And that ties in, like, life's not about materialistic things. And that ties in with what sort of impact can you bring that will impact someone else's life in the better? And that comes down to the impact plays, man.
Yo, 100%.
Let's be impact players, man.
100%. There's another thing that I also want to mention as well, is that the water boy is also an impact player.
Oh, 100%, man. So you think about it.
Yeah, like, honestly, yeah, like, you think about it, like, there's players out there, if they didn't have any water.
Oh, man.
Like, but it's a funny thing to kind of look at, but this is the way that I look at it, like, in life. When you see someone who's trying to start something and you want to be involved, but you know that you don't have the same skill set or anything like that, yeah, you can still give them water. Yeah, you'll be able to help them get through it. And what I mean by water is I mean emotional help. Yeah, when that person is getting drained, when that person is not being able to keep up with doing their side of their business alongside trying to do their responsibilities at home, you who are at home, help them with those responsibilities.
Yo.
Be the water boy.
Yo. Bro, and I guess that ties everything up with, like, the biggest question is, who are you becoming? And, like, I could tie this in with me, and also here is, like, you know, like, who are we trying to become? And have we seen growth in when we started this podcast to where we are now? You know, have we outgrown ourselves? Have we outgrown the people, or have we just evolved? Like, there's different, and if it all works, like, who do you really become? You know, if what we're doing is working, who do you guys become?
100%. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love
a good way to tie this question off, man.
Yo, that's so sick,
what a topic, man.
Yo, oh man. Well, I think that's a lot to be able to give these guys.
I honestly don't think you will get there.
Yeah, and I really have enjoyed this podcast. Honestly, we use these podcasts as ways for us to be able to gain further energy for the week. Because the struggles that we bring to this podcast is what we go through throughout the week. And yeah, man, honestly, I wouldn't have done it with anyone else, honestly.
Oh, me too. Me too. So, and you know, like, the things that we bring out on this podcast, like, yeah, a lot of it might seem like smack, but it's valued smack. And we bring it out not just you know, because we feel like we're, like, trying to bring up topics or, like, trying to talk about random things. We bring it out because we hope that what we bring to the table relates to you guys listening, 100%. To you guys watching, and if it changes one person's life this week, man, we've done it.
100%.
Yo. And I can say, yes, I love these podcasts because they help me refocus, regenerate, and then, you know, start the week off good, man.
Yeah, hard, man. So if you're struggling, jump onto our playlist of podcasts. Have a listen. And if we're feeling this energized after we do our podcast, man, I bet you'll feel energized as well after you listen.
Yeah, exactly. And here's a plug-in for a song coming up soon. It's called Challenger Number 1. And this is going down to, I guess, me coming out being vulnerable, like,
I love that.
Like, just bringing out the rawness.
I love that. There's another song that I also want to bring up here that Source is going to be bringing out for you guys. And that song is What's Sleep. You need to check out that song alongside Challenger Number 1, because these two songs are going to help you understand a little bit more about Source, and also it'll also motivate you to keep going. There's some powerful words that are in there. And yeah, you're gonna see an interview with Source later on. You know, the raw interviews that we have in the studio, and he'll be able to talk to you about this.
Even though this is raw right now,
100%.
Well, 100%. You're pretty much gonna see what you see right here.
Pretty much.
Wouldn't have it any other different way, man.
100%.
But, like, as always, we love you guys out there, man. Thank you so much, man. And if you feel like this can relate to somebody that you know, share it, man.
100%.
Even those short clips that are coming out there, I know which ones. Like the biggest one was me talking about somebody's hole. Like, I was like, how did that clip that? But didn't clip the whole sentence here.
Yeah.
You know, but honestly, like if you find value in this and you know somebody's going through something similar, share it.
Yeah.
Share it.
And the truth is, guys, we don't get any money from this stuff.
Nah.
And
we do it for love.
Yo, we straight do it because of love, drive, and passion.
Yo.
And we believe that this is going to help someone out there.
Change someone's life.
Yo, and also help us break the cycles, man.
Yo, just trying to find that voice that I never heard growing up.
Yo, 100%. Dang.
Let's go.
Bro, that is it, man. Well, anyways, guys, that was Rise Today.
Episode 7, done, baby.
Yo. And so, as we always ended off, also, you want to go?
Nah, you go, Mom.
All right,
you
also,
take it.
guys,
let's go.
Let's not wait till tomorrow.
Let's rise today. Let's go.
Damn.
Damn.